Let's face it, you don't like listening to intros, and I don't like doing them. So let's just do each other a favor and pretend that I said something clever and funny and get talking about The Boys season finale, shall we? And yes, there will be spoilers for this video. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into it. So instead of sitting here and telling you beat for beat what happened in the episode, since I assume that if you're watching this video, you probably saw it, I'm gonna try to do some quick bullet points going over where the episode left us, so that we can go over what this all might mean for the future. Butcher, who passed out after the big climactic fight of the episode, learns that the temporary V has left him terminally ill with only about a year to 18 months left to live. Just like Maeve, Soldier Boy is revealed to still be alive and locked away under sedation, so the show can either leave him there or bring him back at some later date. Annie officially leaves the Seven and Vought for good, giving up her costume, and she goes ahead and joins the boys. Ryan decides to follow in his father's footsteps as he joins Homelander at a rally, even menacingly smiling after Homelander graphically killed a protester who threw something at him. And all the while, it was also revealed that Victoria Newman is the new vice presidential candidate after the Deep killed the prime candidate, Lamar Bishop, in his pool. Yeah. Some things are looking pretty good, others not so much. Alright, so that's where the final episode of the season left us. But what does it all mean and how does it set up for season 4? Let's start off with Butcher. Now, as I mentioned, the diagnosis wasn't good as it was revealed that he has inoperable tumors and at most 18 months to live, although his quality of life will be greatly diminished by that point. This then suggests that season 4 may be the last one for Butcher, and if he gets his own way, Homelander as well. And we're likely to see an even more reckless and desperate Butcher as he looks to tie up loose ends just before he dies. This means he'll more than likely continue on with his scorched earth policy, and even Ryan or Hughie may not be able to reel him in. However, there's still a chance that he may live longer than just one season. I mean, this is a show after all, and Butcher is kind of the face of it. Perhaps he could take some permanent V and give himself full-time powers that'll help his regenerative abilities and stop the tumors from progressing so rapidly. Maybe he'll even end up looking like Deadpool. In the comics, Butcher winds up having powers full-time, and seeing as he has become rather addicted to being a soup, he may fully turn into the thing that he hates the most. Moving on, let's look at the final scene of the show, which has Homelander parading Ryan in front of his fans, who are super excited to see that their favorite soup has a son, and, like Dom Toretto, Homelander finally has the thing he values the most: family. However, Homelander ends up viciously killing a protester who threw something at Ryan, and initially assumes that his fans will turn on him. But instead, they quickly cheer him on, and both he and Ryan revel in the moment. Ah, like father, like son. This all suggests then that Ryan could turn to the dark side, and Butcher will have to do everything that he can to stop him turning into his old man. Homelander will likely be even more tyrannical in this next season, and will also be less inclined to perform his grisly murders in secret and instead do them so the whole world can see them. I mean, in his mind, the only man who can stop him is now detained in some bunker while being sedated. However, one question I did have involving Homelander is, does he have any kind of permanent damage after his battle with Maeve? After Maeve stabbed him in the ear, Homelander seemed unsurprisingly disoriented, so maybe Homelander will be slightly weaker in the next season and have trouble with his super hearing. But I mean, as the old saying goes, don't mess with a wounded animal. Also, with Newman now running for VP and threatening to place Vought and Homelander's grip even tighter on the government, she has now inadvertently put a target on her back, with Butcher now seemingly viewing her as priority number 1 to take out. Seeing as Homelander tried to overthrow the government in the comics, he will likely try to do the same, although he may choose to use a system with Newman as his main weapon as opposed to using brute force. As for the other characters, it looks like Annie will no longer go by Starlight and is most likely going to be the boys' greatest asset moving forward, while Hughie and Annie also seem to have got their relationship back on track after a rough couple of episodes. Also, now A-Train has a new heart, we will likely see him using his powers much more often. But after seemingly getting annoyed by Homelander's hypocrisy and having a slight moral compass this season, maybe he too will actually help the boys and not be a snitch this time. Maeve definitely looks like she'll be out of the picture for some time, but the door is still open for her return down the line, which is actually quite a bit different from the comics, but that's for another video. The same could be said about Soldier Boy, as although he is imprisoned, the fact that he made it out alive suggests that we could be seeing him in that impeccable beard once again down the line. Although I don't see him coming back into the fray immediately. But finally, my biggest question has to be, did Frenchie get paid vacation hours in dental? You know, I'm just wondering how you would go about getting that, exactly. Asking for a friend.